Today, I'm going to be doing a battle royale between every single state, province, basically anything that has its own independent little thing or like its own independent little territory is going to be in one big battle royale. And we're going to see who the top state, province, whatever you want to call it, is. The biggest ones right now are a bunch of just Russian ones, kind of classic. And then like Alaska's also up there. But, let's see what goes down. We're just going to have to go through it really fast. I don't even know what's going to happen for a while because you're not going to be able to see much. Grenada goes down, Hamburg goes down. A lot of places are going to go down immediately just because some places are extremely small. But you just in America, it looks pretty solid. Like just a ton of places are going down immediately. And yeah, America's changing a little bit, but Maryland goes down, Arkansas goes down. Yeah, but you basically just have to keep watching this. A ton of places are going down. Mississippi, and they're extremely small on here. Like, look how small Rhode Island is. It's literally like 3 little spots. That's gonna go down extremely quickly, and we're just gonna see what goes down. Georgia goes down to South Carolina. Cyprus goes down. A lot of places are going down extremely quickly, and we're just gonna try and get the most. I don't really see much changing. Like, you can't really see much changing on the world map just like looking at it. Like, a ton of places are going down, but there's not much like actual change on the world map, even though like literally thousands of countries are going down every minute. There's well, I guess not thousands, like tens of nations are going down every minute, but there's 1,300 nations here, so 1,300 of them have to die for basically anything, or like 1,000 of them have to die for them to be like any blobbing. And just, places are going down by the minute. And yeah, it's not going to change much. Of course, there is this country in Algeria. They're looking absolutely huge. Some of the places in America, are a little bigger, but it looks to me pretty normal pretty much everywhere. Like, especially in Australia, they don't look any different. America looks, vaguely familiar. Place in Europe, like, it doesn't seem to be any blobbing, even though there's literally, again, hundreds of nations going down, or like tens of nations of going down every single minute. In 80 years, I think we've probably lost 400 nations. Pretty solid, but we're going to need to keep cutting the pace because we're going to need all these guys to go down as soon as possible, because we want to cut it down to at least 200 nations where at least we can kind of see what's going on. You can't see basically anything that's going on. If you do want to pick a nation, I'm going to pick Romania. They look extremely huge over here, and Hungary. They don't have any. They have Antarctica stuff. I'm so confused, but I guess they have something in Antarctica. But I think Romania and Hungary don't have subdivisions here. Really weird, but yeah. Just looking at it, we got some solid nations. I'm hoping, honest to God, one of the Madagascar ones wins, just because I feel like it'd be really cool for Madagascar or just something really weird to win. But yeah, I don't really know. I'm just hoping for something to go down that's pretty interesting. And I feel like, you can't really see much off the jump. You do see Iowa performing pretty solidly in America. Like, if you are a big American fan, is England's a whole subdivision. Okay, I wouldn't have really thought about that. Yeah, Romania and Hungary are their own subdivisions as well. That's super weird. They have to have their own provinces in there, but maybe it's too small for, the map developers to do whatever. I don't know. I didn't make this map, so, whoever did make it, W to you guys. But, maybe we could have made Hungary its own thing. California goes down to Oregon. Rest in peace, California. Rest in piss. But yeah. I'm just hoping Alaska, I feel like probably is going to win this. They have a really good position on the corner of the map where no one's going to be fighting them. They're a big ass country. Doesn't seem to be fighting anyone right now. I feel like Alaska definitely is probably my pick at this point. They just have, I'd say, a very great position. And saying that, they're getting munched right now. So they literally just died while I was talking about them winning. So they're not going to win anymore. I can tell you that. I don't believe they're going to be the winners because they're dead. But, and I would never have any revolts on here because this would take 10 years if I had any revolts going. We're just trying to get these nations down to 100. There's still 900 nations left here. There's been some blobbing, I'd say, some places, especially in like Russia area. It does look like there's some solid blobbing, but like Europe is still an incomprehensible mess. Africa is kind of the same thing. Like, of course, there's some blobbing with some of these smaller nations, but it's still a pretty incomprehensible mess. And I mean, I guess South America looks pretty solid. Like, I don't know exactly how big they were at the beginning. Like, that's something you just have to, keep an eye out for. But this one country here, let's pause it. This one right here looks pretty solid, Mato Grosso, and this one in Russia, these are the top guys at the beginning. So they're also looking like really good at the moment. But, I guess who I'm hoping for now that Alaska is dead, I'm hoping for Hawaii. Because if Alaska can't win, it's got to be our boy Hawaii. But I mean, it'd be really funny if like the French Southern Antarctic, like these weird nations, like if they won. I don't even know if any people actually live there. They're just chilling. But yeah, there's all these tiny places going down. I feel like I've seen like 3 nations actually get conquered, like me paying attention to them. I've not seen anything happen. I'm just looking at this ticker scroll up and like trying to see for some actual big nations to go down. But we're still at 800. So like, yeah, nations are going down like literally every second. It's just bang, 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 bang. And Iowa goes down to Nebraska. I was popping before. Wait, in America, who is this one? Is this Kentucky? Yeah, Kentucky is doing great, I'd say. There's some stuff happening in Europe. Oh, whoa! New Brunswick. I saw that. That's like one of the few ones I've caught on camera. New Brunswick, well, I guess I've caught them all on camera, but like actually saw with my own eyes. Wow. Damn. So there's something in Greenland going down. It's just, keeping on rolling, and I'm hoping. Oh, there's something in Spain going down. Yeah, wow. I'm just hoping something big happens. I'm hoping this one in Algeria, they just seem really good. They have 19,000 gold. That's crazy. Like, you don't understand how crazy it is in this game. Normally, the games I've played, it goes down to like, they have like 0 gold because they're not fighting all the time. But 19,000 on this map, like, I guess a lot of these places, 33,000 gold. They're just kind of building up. So, I mean, that's, I would say, great to see, because that's going to make for a lot more interesting, like, later down the line fights, because normally they're just running out of gold all the time because they're always fighting against each other. But here, it looks like they have a ton of gold and they're going to continue fighting. So that's pretty fire, I'd say. Yeah, I see some nice blobbing in certain areas, but wow, the Algerian one, I was just singing their praises, and they lost a bunch of their land now. But yeah, Australia has not changed at all. Africa, like, I'm not gonna say looks the same, but like just the smaller nations have kind of like, they've just kind of blobbed out into smaller, like, unrecognizable blocks. Europe actually looks a lot better now, but still Europe is pretty bad just because there are so many subdivisions there. America, United States looks fine, but yeah, I'd say South America to me looks the best. I think like South America actually looks good. You can pretty much see every single subdivision on there. And here, I mean, you basically can't see anything. Like, I could not pick out a specific place in Africa. I could pick up Mato Grosso in South America. I pick up a lot of places in America because they're easy to see. But wow, this is just kind of a crazy thing because there's like 45 things going on at one time. Japan's almost all fully united behind Honshu, which I believe that's the main island already. So they're that doesn't change a single thing, because that's like the main island, and that's the whole thing they control now. So cool, but like, oh, Mato Grosso goes down. They were one of my, I guess, not early picks, but like I was kind of hyping them up for a while. Oregon is doing pretty solidly. Yeah. Wow. Ooh, Honshu goes down immediately after I was praising them. It's kind of, I feel like that's happened for a lot of the nations. Wow, now Australia is finally switching the swag up. That's great to see. Australia looks a lot different. Wow, the Soccer Republic, that was the original #1 nation. They go down. And now let's look at the #1 nation at this point. 470 nations left. It is this one right here who just killed it. And then Nunavut, that's this one, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So those are, the ones who are leading now, but basically it's a big fall off from like Chucha or whatever you want. I don't know how to pronounce that, to Western Australia and like all these other ones. So it's a pretty big fall off. And I would assume even with these nations leading now at 400 nations, there's not a chance that either of them win it. Like it could be like one of the smallest nations on the map now, and they could win the whole thing. So, if your nation's down now, don't not believe in yourself. Wow, I was not even paying attention. Kiribati owns so much land, but they own so much like water, but they don't have any actual land. Algiers goes down. There's actually some like big nations going down now, which is, I guess kind of nice to see. Like, not big nations, but like big land going down, because there's some place in India going down. It's kind of nice to see like actual territory changes. Now that the United States is a shit show, Michigan just got conquered. But it's kind of nice to see everything blobbing out. We've lost literally like over 1,000 nations, and you still can't really see any clear front runner. Like, no one's blobbed enough to have like, I'd say like a real nation. Like, certain people do have a lot of land, but I'm saying there's no one where I'd be like, oh, they have a clear lead right now. Everyone's kind of in the same position. The Yukon, I think, again, and anyone who controls Alaska, they have to be my favorite, just because you're in a great position where I don't think people can attack you from across the map like that. Like, I think they have to be, like, I don't think the Yukon can attack these people in Russia. So, like, I guess these two would be my favorites, and they both have this ugly ass color, the same one for both of them. So I'd rather not have them win, but I just think they're in pretty good position, because you kind of in this game don't want to fight a lot of people. If you're in the middle, most of the time you're gonna be screwed. And now we got a whole different country controlling the place in Russia. It's just a shit show, and there's still 300 nations left, so it's gonna continue to be a shit show until there's like 50. So it's gonna keep going down, and Lithuania goes down. That's actually a full country. A full country dies right now. Wow, that's so sad to see. But yeah, I think things have cleared a lot up, like especially in Europe. I'm gonna look right now, take a little look at Europe. So if you are a European viewer, this is who you're owned by for right now. So if you're a English viewer, you're owned by Wales. If you're a Spanish viewer, you're owned by Madrid. And this is like a Spanish colony, Melilla. I don't know how to say it. No, that's not. Oh my God, they're a whole different nation. They only have that. So if you're in southern Spain, you're owned by Morocco. And then France is, of course, owned by itself. It's kind of a shit show. Is it Baden? I don't even know what's going on. I'm just gonna zoom out, and yeah, I'm just not gonna even try to understand what's going down now. But if you're a British viewer, or an English viewer at least, or an Irish viewer, you're both owned by Wales. So just don't be owned by Wales. You're gonna have to speak Welsh now, and that is a pain in the ass to learn. I can tell you that. I've seen what Welsh words look like, and they are terrible. I'm kind of fucking with these guys too. It's Java, okay. I'm really fucking with Java. Like, they're in a pretty solid spot. They don't have a lot of land. Wow. Germany is kind of fully reunited behind Württemberg. I don't know how to pronounce that at all. I'm going to butcher a lot of names here. That's just how it goes. And that was someone got taken down here. But yeah, Labrador, is it Newfoundland and Labrador? Going kind of crazy. Italy. Oh my God, Piedmont perfectly formed Italy. That is Italy right there. That is perfect. And you got Chuchkaka. They were the top guy when I last looked at it. And Piedmont literally gets taken down by Aragon. And now we brought back the Aragon Sicily thing from like the 1400s. We brought that back. So now it's back in action. Lesser Poland is kind of going crazy in Europe, though, I will say. So W's to them. Like, but I still think, Africa is still like such a shit show at this point. There's so many different subdivisions going on. And there's not really, like, there is blobbing for sure, but I feel like it's not as clear as like Europe. But I guess Europe is a much smaller place. Like they still have so many different little nations in there, like versus Europe still has like a lot less, is what I'm saying. Like all the little nations have been eaten already, which I mean I would say is pretty nice to see. I feel like Africa probably has like at least a quarter of the nations left on the entire map, maybe even more than that, just because I feel like everywhere else is kind of blobbed out, but Africa has just stayed the same since they've ever been, which, you know, is cool, but still not a big fan of that. We're down under 200 nations. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Now I feel like Africa is looking a little better. We have basically a fully united India right here under Chin. I don't know where that's from, but most Indians are now under Chin, and Romania is going crazy in Europe. That's what I'm saying. Having like actually their own country is kind of OP in this. And Newfoundland and Labrador. Wow, that is kind of a crazy setup here. And it looks like America, or like the United States, is not owned by a lot of American places. Oh, I guess Florida. Good old Florida, the quintessential American place. Oh my God, this place just keeps getting taken over by different people. And that's how it's going to go. Dagestan goes down. I'm pretty sure that's where that little guy comes from. And Khabib. The little guy and Khabib, I think they're both from Dagestan. Or it might just be Khabib. Don't know. Either way, there's a little trivia for you guys. If you ever need a trivia about UFC fighters, Khabib is from Dagestan. So, there you go. But yeah, Romania is still going crazy up there in Europe. You finally got some solid blobbing in Africa. Like, I feel like everything, they're taking down all these tiny little nations that have been around for a while. Wow. Whatever was in Greenland just went down, and that's a lot of land for the taking. And whatever just beat that, Finnmark. Love the name. Finnmark literally is Finland too. But yeah, Italy has just been continued to get taken over by different places. You got Western Australia. They look pretty solid to me. Let's see who's in first place. We've got, this one, pretty clearly. Amazonas, Brazil, Nunavut. This one, it's kind of sneaky here, but they've got all this land here. But yeah, this place up here, this place is up there, Western Australia, New Brunswick, Yukon. But yeah, Amazonas, Brazil look amazing. And let's go to gold. Amazonas are the richest nation, then Romania. So I'd say Amazonas really look like the front runner as of now with 144 nations left. But Romania, I'm not going to lie, I feel like they're definitely going to be blobbing out in Europe because it seems like they have a lot more money than everyone else. And money funds wars. And as I say that, they look like they're losing the fight right now. So, yeah, I said that, and immediately they get conquered. So, I mean, maybe I'm just wrong, but Germany is going crazy. The Württemberg going crazy. And, you know, they look very European. Like, they look like an actual nation. Florida is going insane in the U.S. You still have this Indian nation, Chin. Great name, Chin. I don't know. Whatever that is looking pretty big. You got a whole fight over this land that I feel like has been going for like, there's always a new nation taking over this corner of the map. And you still have Amazonas doing really well. Europe looks beautiful with actual like looking nations. And of course, Yukon goes down to Alberta. That place is always getting fought over as well. And yeah, it's just a beautiful map right now. We finally are close to under 100 nations, which is just amazing. We're at 102, and places are continuing to go down like every second. Oh my God, Chin goes down. No way. Oh my God, India is done. India is done for. I think all the Indian nations are taken down because, I mean, Chin was like the whole controller of that area. And now they're done. And Dorgon Voi, they were the number one when I looked. Nunavut, if they can take down Alberta here, they do. Nunavut looks extremely good. Like, I think, let's look right now. I'm pretty sure they have to be in first place by a ton. They are a ton in first place, and they have 185,000 gold. That, to me, looks pretty good. Wow, this African nation, I don't even know how to say that. They have like 45 different cities. They look great. They look beautiful right here. And it's just so sad that Romania went down. I was kind of fucking with them for a while. There's, Anatolia, so close to taking down the capital of that place, wiping them out for good. You got a little war here. Solomon Islands goes down. No, Solomon Islands, that was my country. Just kidding. 80, holy shit. The one I was just saying was amazing. Red Sea takes them down. Red Sea looks beautiful now, but of course, they're kind of surrounded on all sides. They do have 300,000 gold. That is a lot of gold. Western Australia is going down over here, but they do survive, and they do have their capital in probably, in my opinion, the greatest spot. It's away from everyone else. Afghanistan goes down. Rest in peace. The Taliban will not take over everyone. But yeah, Western Australia does have a really nice spot. You got Florida, I'd say playing pretty solidly. But I still think, none of it is really, in my opinion, the favorite. They're absolutely destroying Florida's booty. And I don't know. Oh my God, this Sakhalin, is that has to be the Russian part, right? Because I'm pretty sure Japan owns part of it. I'm not sure, actually, what is that. I know they used to own part of it. I don't know what's going on with that now, but they're doing amazingly as well. This African Red Sea just looks beautiful. They look beautiful right now. And I just want to see, we got 67 nations left. New Mexico, look at this. New Mexico's capital is clearly not in New Mexico. They're not even in New Mexico at all, I don't think. And they're killing Oregon. They almost killed Oregon there. But yeah, let's just... 66 nations left. I haven't seen anyone die recently, so I'm just hoping someone dies. Oregon goes down to New Mexico. Is that still Labrador and Newfoundland? Wow, beautiful, beautiful area. Argentina goes down here, but the Solomon Islands, is that what's Falkland Islands? Holy shit, I don't know why I said Solomon Islands there, but I don't really care about anything down here because they're not gonna do anything in the grand scheme of the game. They're not gonna change anything. We've gone 800 years, and still we have 61 nations left out of this. I think 1,600 at the beginning, or it could have been 2,000. I don't know. A ton went down at the beginning. There was 1,300, pretty quickly on, and there is the Northern Cape going down. Rest in peace. I always love the Northern Cape. I was always a big fan. New Mexico finally goes down after they haven't been in New Mexico for the longest time. Andorra, oh my God, Andorra owns Baden-Württemberg. They were popping for so long and now they fell off. Iti. I don't know what Iti is, but Iti is popping. They're probably a Russian one. And I feel like Russia definitely had a big advantage just having so much land at the beginning. It kind of, didn't have to be a Russian nation. There is Andorra going down. Wow. Basque country. This is Basque, or is this Basque? Oh, I was like, Basque cannot be this one. Because I swear I just was on them. But yeah. I don't even know who I'm predicting to win now. All my corner ones. I think Sakhalin or Nunavut. They definitely seem like they're in the best spot. Also Victoria could pull it out. Victoria's in a very solid spot, and as I say that, they literally die. So close to dying. But Amazonas, of course, is still doing great, I'd assume. They're still in it. All these other ones, I'm like, wow, they're doing so good. They immediately die right after. It's just a curse. It's a curse. Whenever I say, someone is doing great, they immediately stop doing good. The commentator's curse. And Sakhalin is still popping. So, I'm hoping they continue to pop because they seem like a pretty cool place to win. Just a random ass island. I guess not random, but an island in the middle of nowhere. Again, not in the middle of nowhere, but no one lives there is what I'm saying. I feel like that's the cool part about it. You got this Chinese place, I think, or it could be Mongolian. Definitely is Mongolian with that name. And Amazonas, they don't look great right now. So I think Amazonas could be going down soon. Feels bad for them, but who really cares about the middle of the Brazilian rainforest? Who even lives there? Just kidding. but we got some atoll, probably somewhere the United States has just bombed the shit out of with a bunch of nukes. They're going crazy. Sakhalin, oh my God, they are definitely, them and Nunavut are definitely in the top dogs right now. Yep, not even close. Gold, Sakhalin, number one. Florida also has a ton of gold, and they're not even in Florida anymore. So beautiful to see them doing well. But yeah, I think Sakhalin, I was saying the corners of the maps is where they're going to get you. And I still think the corners of the maps have it. I mean, there's only 49 nations left, so there's not going to be as much going down. And when it does get to year, I don't know, when it gets a little bit further, I am going to be setting a lot of these nations on each other just so we can get, maybe at least one country in each continent, because I don't really want to see all these. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as people start dying, like I'm just gonna start killing nations if they're not fighting, because I just don't like all these like little like bad battles where you're not killing someone. Like right there's the Red Sea going down after they've been doing extremely well for a while. You got Sakhalin continuing to snowball, but 45 nations is still a lot of nations left. So, who is that? Iti goes down. That's kind of fire. Not fucking with Iti. Wait, no, Iti did not get. Oh my God, they did not get conquered at all. I can tell you that they didn't. But Sakhalin, come on. Victoria finally goes down. Wasn't even paying attention to them, but New Zealand South Island, they have been getting left off the map from my viewers' perspective. But hey, I believe in them. I so believe in New Zealand. Okay, we'll let them get their time to shine with them being able to see everything here. I'm just kind of hoping. I don't even know at this point. I want the best team to win. I just want someone to win that, really doesn't make me sad. Florida, thank God you're gone. Florida, I would actually be kind of pissed if Florida was the winner of this all. Like, we literally had every single nation in the world do it. There's Sakhalin going down. Rest in peace. Western Australia, I'm telling you, they had the best. Like, Perth is furthest away from any other nation from the start. Like, there's no nation coming close to Perth. I think it's probably one of the most isolated cities that has over 1 million people, probably in the world. And it's just a perfect spot for a capital city, in a game where you have to defend it, is what I'm saying. In real life, maybe not, but it's still a great spot here. And they look beautiful right now. Right now you have, what the hell is that name? That is a crazy name right there. But yeah, I'm really liking the last 33 nations we have here. Everything looks pretty blobbed up. I might delete some of these smaller nations though if we'll see. There's one of the smaller nations going down, one of those random island chains in the middle of nowhere. If anyone's from there, I do apologize for insulting your country, but I don't really, because you're from the middle of nowhere still. But yeah, I was just always blessed in the corner, and of course Sakhalin goes down. We've got Vietnam. Vietnam, the whole country is, if they win that, I would also be a little disappointed. Come on, kill Vietnam, please, get them. That's what the U.S. was saying for a while when they're in the Vietnam War. But yeah, come on, I just don't want Vietnam to win because they're like an actual country. It'd be so sad if I do a subdivisions battle royale between 2,000 nations and Vietnam was the winner of the whole thing. That may be a little disappointed, to say the least, but it is what it is. And come on, just okay. None of it, I feel like, has not done a single thing in so long. St. Helena, oh my God, St. Helena. I remember watching Wendover Productions video. And they're like, this is the most isolated place on in the entire world. no, they're one of the biggest countries in the entire world. If they win, I will be extremely happy. Like, I just want to see someone win that's like not a normal country. They need to be a weird country like St. Helena. If you do live there, you know, please keep watching the videos because maybe you'll win in a different video too. I don't think you're in a single other video, but you might win in a different one, and you're going absolutely crazy in this one. So, you know, shout out to you guys. But I still think, yeah, none of it at the year 1232, none of it is still number one. St. Helena number two. I mean, like, none of it has really thugged it out when compared to a lot of these other nations which have been big and, you know, died eventually. Like, none of it has really been one of them that's been continuing to fight, and they have not died. So, you know, they're doing amazing. 1250, we have 31 nations left. That's at least a nation a year. So, you know, if you did survive this long, shout out. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of surviving left. What is this? Yeah, Palmyra Atoll. Because there's not that many fights going on at the year 1300, I'm going to set up some fights between two nations. It's going to be 1v1s. Hey, whoever wins. It's going to be you and, like, the closest neighbor for all of them, hopefully. I don't know. I'll set it up to be, like, actually reasonably fair fights, hopefully. We'll see. I just want to, you know, get, like, it. I haven't seen anyone die in a long time. So if we basically cross half of them out, that means there will be a lot less nations, which means this gets over a little bit quicker, and it'll be, again, hopefully reasonably fair fights. Okay, you are fighting against you. That's not a fair fight, but, like, you guys are right next to each other. That's what I'm doing. You versus you. You versus you. Yeah, okay. Kind of fucked that one up. You versus you. You versus, I guess, St. Helena. Like, yeah, that probably makes the most sense. You versus someone on here. You versus you. You're fighting someone. You versus you. These two people are already fighting. Let's go. You versus you. This guy's already fighting. You're fighting this guy right here. You get to fight this guy right here. Oops. I think it's chill. Well, if that one loses, oops, my bad. You get to fight against you. Okay, you're also fighting three people. That's kind of your fault for being stretched like that. And you also get to fight against them. They have no land. So if you aren't able to take them, let's hope that got the majority of people. You are fighting. I don't even know. And you're going crazy. So yeah, this is basically everyone fighting. None of it. Hey, I was a big fan of none of it for a while. They do not look like they're doing well now. Same thing with Western Australia, but they are holding out in front of Perth. So, you know, shout out Western Australia for that one. I feel like these wars are going pretty solidly. We've only had 3 deaths so far, but none of it looks extremely bad right now. Just a lot of nations don't look the greatest. I guess some of these wars kind of suck too. Like, they're just in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So, like, they're being fought over water crossings. Like, I don't think that's a very, you know, great war, but these are going till the death. So until one of them goes down, like Amazonas goes down to St. Helena. That's kind of crazy. That was one of the big ones, and now they lost to one of the big ones now. So I don't know. It's just great to see something actually happening, which, you know, it's kind of what I was hoping for, some actual action going down, because I feel like not much has gone on. North Tyrol goes down. Wow. Is this Iti? Iti is still going crazy. They're still somehow surviving, even though I feel like they've been kind of shit for a while. And Western Australia has been fighting back with their 3-front war this whole time. I actually believe in them. I believe in them so well, and they're going to get beaten by, of course, the South Island that I haven't showed all game. Nunavut also fought back from their insane war to come back. Western Australia versus the South Island has been also just an insane war. St. Helena looking pretty bad right now, but they do survive. So, I mean, shout out them, but still not looking great. I think we probably should set up some more wars, but I kind of need the ones, like the big ones, like Western Australia, to go down at least first. Like, same thing with the Nunavut War. That one has just continued to fight. Like, the fight with Nunavut and Palmyra Atoll, it looks like it's going down now. That one was so long, and this Western Australian one has gone on even longer. And it was kind of my fault, because I was the reason probably that Western Australia died, because I had them fight like 4 different nations. But if they survive, it was a genius idea by me. Like, if they do. I don't think they will, because this war has been going on for like 300 years, or like 150 years at this point. That is the forever war right there. It's been like 3 generations of people, and they're still fighting the war, and they're like, what are we even fighting for at this point? And they're like, oh, we got to still do it. It's between us and New Zealand, and really we're going to see who's the best out of Australia and New Zealand in this war. So, don't be bad. And now this nation looks beautiful. They look like the Mongol Empire right now. It's crazy. You also have this, I don't even want to call them Indian. I don't know what they are, but I'm just going to say Kerman. They look Pakistani, maybe? I'm going to say Pakistani or Iranian. They're the ones that are controlling India, and and they don't look very good right now because they're getting absolutely shit on. Yeah, rest in peace, Western Australia. Wait, they actually stopped fighting? No way. Western Australia, you survived. You actually survived the whole war. And now your children can be free for a little bit. Not for long, though, because you guys are going to be back on the fighting path. And now, because there's no fighting, I'm starting that shit back again. You, St. Helena, versus Nunavut. You versus this yellow guy right here. I'm going to leave these smaller nations out of it. You versus you. That's a big nation. This guy, that's St. Helena. I'm going to go small guy versus another small guy. And I'm going to... Who owns this? I'm going to leave these guys out of it for now. So New Zealand, you're going to be left out of it. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I don't know if you want to be left out of it. But once they connect to this land right here, I'm going to fight them against both Western Australia and whoever these guys are. French something. I wasn't even paying attention to this. Here's the full war is going down. Whoever this is, Bechar from Libya. I'm going to say Libya. They're going pretty solidly right now. And there's a war. There's a war everywhere. So, yeah. St. Helena, rest in peace to you guys. French and South Antarctic lands, rest in peace to you guys as well. Oh my God, St. Helena can't even die because there's no connection to them. But I'm assuming they're still going to be fighting? Yeah, they're still going to be fighting even though there's no connection. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to sick you two on each other. Kind of makes sense. You guys get to go against these guys. You guys need to fight each other as well. Oh, that's not the right one. It just kind of needs to start snowballing now. And I think that's part of the problem. You guys, okay, you're fighting against them. We're seeing what's going down. St. Helena, I think you guys also need to fight against, one of these smaller nations as well. Because there just needs to be something going on with you guys. You can't just be sitting here doing absolutely jack shit. None of it. Oh my God, they were one of the original leaders, and they're now going down. I'm gonna have you guys fight against both these guys and Nunavut. So maybe you can take some land somewhere. Hopefully, maybe, potentially. They do take some of Nunavut's land, but it doesn't look good for them either way. They are kind of holding out strongly though, but it's a nice 3-front war. And yeah, we're down to 18 nations. And it's looking grim for some of them. So I'm just going to keep on sticking them against each other. You are already fighting against them. I was did not even realize that. This fight between Western Australia and New Zealand has continued for like 400 years at this point. And what are we supposed to do about it? Like, nothing has happened. Like, I guess, finally it looks like New Zealand is going to put Australia out of their misery, but I don't even know. None of it finally goes down to Bachar. To me, we have Bachar as really the leader here. And when it hits 1600, we're starting wars against every single one of your neighbors if I can find you. So every single nation you're bordering, you're fighting against them. It's going to be a war between every single person and place on planet Earth. They're all going to be fighting against each other. Okay, first you guys are fighting against like 10 different nations. Are you... What? I can't fight them against them? What? That does not seem good. Wait, what? Huh? I literally can't fight them to death against anyone. I don't know what the reason for that is. What about the other way around? Oh, that was... Okay. All your neighbors are getting fought. Fight. 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 Literally, they're literally fighting against every single nation, like basically on Earth. Like, look at that. You guys need to fight against you. Potentially, could you fight against you? No. That kind of seems to be it. They don't really have that many neighbors, and I feel like that's the reason why they're going to win. Like, just not bordering a lot of nations is probably the smartest thing you can do. Just because the more nations you border, I mean, the more fighting you're going to have, at least at this moment. So just be a little nice guy and don't border any nations. Like, that'd be a great thing that everyone can do. To me, it looks pretty like everyone seems to be fighting against most people. I just don't want to leave any of the big nations out of it, especially. That looks pretty good to me. Let's hope I got the majority of everyone. If I didn't get someone and they lose, it's their fault. It should have been easier to see who they were bordering and who they weren't. Or I'm just an idiot, which also could be part of it. Reunion goes down. No, I was rooting for them, even though they're tiny, even now. Yeah, let's... Ooh, we got Kerman going crazy. Come on, Kerman. Is there any like new bordering nations? Wow. St. Helena finally goes down. St. Helena, I don't know how you pronounce it, how they want to be pronounced. New Zealand finally goes down to the Falkland Islands. That's kind of crazy that they lose to the Falkland Islands of all places, but rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in piss. Australia does win though. So W Australia, I guess. I don't want to say W Australia, but yeah, Australia did win. And Australia has just been thugging it out the entire game. They've been in like 4 different corners of the whole world at points. And yet, they're continuing to do extremely well. And Kerman, if Western Australia wins this, I am going to be mind blown. Western Australia has been thugging it out the entire time. And they look extremely good right now. Looks like them and Kerman are the 2 top dogs. I don't even know. Itty, same thing with you guys. Thugging it out. These guys were tiny at one point. I didn't even realize they're on the map. Just because they've been thugging it out the entire time. Same with... Oh, this is Kerman. What? How did they get over there? Well, Kerman, you're dead, basically, is what I'm saying. But, yeah, there's 12 nations left. I don't know where these 12 nations are. Kerman just went down. Where are 12 nations on here? There looks to be 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. There looks to be 5 nations on here. I don't see the other 11. They're not real. They're not real at all. But we're so close. We're so close to this all being done. between these 5 nations. And it doesn't look good for whatever that is. I don't know where they came from. If Western Australia would be kind of like not poetic winner, but like it'd be kind of cool to see them win just because they're like something that people actually might know where that is. It's the west of Australia. But like I'm saying, I don't know where Iti is. It's not even capitalized right. So, or Bachar. But you can see where they are. That's, I'm assuming, like where Bachar is actually from. Rest in peace, Western Australia. You guys went crazy. But doesn't look good for you guys. And wow, this is going extremely fast. There still are 11 nations left. And I don't see any of them dying anytime soon. So I don't know. Baratia has just been thugging it out too. Baratia goes down. Wow, I was saying they're thugging it out, and they immediately go down as soon as I say that. But it looks like it's going to be Bachar as the winner. W for them. But like they're fighting every single person on Earth, and they're absolutely railroading the shit out of Western Australia, which is Bachar, Algeria. It is the capital province of Bachar Province, Algeria. So let's hope they win, because they're top dog. And I mean, this is just rolling. Oh, is that Iti going down? I'm so confused on. Yeah, Iti. Oh, I need Iti and oops. They all need to fight each other. You need to fight against them. Yeah. Out of the last 4 nations, yeah, but Bachar clearly is gonna be the winner, I'm assuming. Western Australia really did a great job, though. I'll say that. But I mean, wait, we can't say anything until it's fully done. Falkland Islands could pull out a last second, the fucking buzzer beater 3-pointer, and they could win it all. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I kind of want Bachar to win at this point, just because there has not been a single thing happening in the last, I don't know, 200 in-game years. Like maybe a couple places have died, but I feel like this war has literally been a forever war. Like since New Zealand died, like I don't see a single thing happening since then. And now Bachar is slowly getting eaten away by Iti, and no way. No way, Iti. Oh my god. Hey, you guys stop fighting. Fight. Why did Iti stop fighting against them? That doesn't make sense. Western Australia. Rest in peace, soldier. There's Bachar going down. You guys need to fight against Iti as soon as possible. Oh, you guys already should have been fighting. Oops. My bad. And now there's 3. And then there was 3. And Western Australia, holy shit, they're continuing to fight. There says there's supposed to be 9 nations left. These are not real nations. Baden-Württemberg, they're not allowed. There's 3 left on here. And oh my god, Falkland Islands is going down. So it's just between Iti and Western Australia. Western Australia thugged it out the entire time. Does not look like they're going to be surviving. Iti province? I don't know what this is. Iti, Russia? I actually don't know what this is. I'm just hoping they don't win because I don't know what Iti is. Please, Western Australia. Oh my god. The comeback story of the century? I'm gonna real quickly. What the hell is Iti? Is there Iti? I'm still so confused on what Iti is. So I'm just gonna let this. Holy shit! Come on, Western Australia. I don't want to know what Iti is. And like, if you guys do know what Iti is, Iti and Western Australia, I feel like I've had a really similar game. They were popping early in the game. They kind of fell off, but they've just been, playing the game and like surviving. They've been surviving the whole time. And we have gone through almost 2,000 years to go down to these two nations. And I'm hoping and praying Western Australia wins this one. But it doesn't look good. 98K to 84K in terms of gold. Once that goes down to 0, they're done. 4 to 4 in terms of battle strength. They're not going to be moving for a while until one of them goes down in battle strength. So I don't know. I'm just hoping the best one wins. They just stop fighting. That's not allowed. What are you doing stopping fighting? You guys need to fight to the death. And it looks really not good for Western Australia, but now they're fighting back and they're putting in big numbers. And not much is happening either way. I'm just hoping someone wins, and I'll let it play out for a bit. And like Western Australia continues to push forward against Italy, but they have to go so far to, oh my god, Western Australia, the comeback, the Western Australia comeback. The entire game, they've been pushed into submission. I thought they were going to lose to New Zealand. I put them against two nations, even though they should have been fighting against one. If they pull this off, this is the greatest comeback story of all time. Western Australia, I was kind of shitting on them. I was saying, oh my god, they're crazy for Perth, but I thought we were going to have to speak in a New Zealand accent when all these Australians are going to have to speak in a New Zealand accent. We might all be Australian, mate. That's not even a good Australian accent, but we're all going to have to be Australian once Western Australia takes over the entire map, which it really looks like they might do. Holy shit. Oh my god, Western Australia, the comeback story of a lifetime. Do they capitulate right here? Where's Italy's main city? I don't even know. I don't know where these guys are even stationed, but Western Australia. Holy shit. We're all going to be Australian. Western Australia did it. They won. They did the thing no other nation could, or no other subdivision could. They won the entire thing. Holy shit. I actually can't believe it. I was writing them off way earlier in the story. They were one of those side characters, one of the main characters, but they like got an off-screen death, and then they came back because they actually didn't die in that scene, and they came back to win the entire thing. They came back. They're the ruler of the entire globe at the end. That is beautiful, beautiful poetry here. And once we see Italy capitulate, that's it. Holy shit, we're all gonna be Australian. That's a beautiful way of seeing it. We're all going to be ruled from fucking Perth. Who wants to be Australian? No one does. I mean, no. Australian would be kind of cool. Like, at least it's not Itty, which I don't even know. Whoever was writing Itty, they messed it up. So I don't even know what Itty is. Somewhere in Eastern Europe is where Itty is. And if you guys do know what Itty was supposed to say, because clearly they had a typo because Itty was in lowercase letters. But that, to me, seals the whole thing. I don't see anything saying Italy capitulated, but Italy's done. We all are Western Australian people, and that's it.